This is the most valuable artifact ever found. And when you hear about it, you won't believe me. But if you don't act fast, it might be destroyed forever. This artifact is so important that every country in the world wants to get their hands on it. But what is this artifact and where is it? And why are all these countries fighting over it? Hi everyone, hi there. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you stay till the end, I'll tell you how you can get access to some of the best deals out there. Now let's jump right into today's topic. This artifact has been described by experts as the Holy Grail for archaeologists. It was first mentioned 2,500 years ago by Plato in his philosophical works. He said that it was an actual place that existed. For centuries, people believed that it was just a myth or a story made up to teach a lesson. But recently, many discoveries have pointed to the fact that it was a real place. We're talking about the Lost City of Atlantis. Plato described Atlantis as a place of wisdom with advanced technology located in the Atlantic Ocean. He said it was huge, with towering walls, impressive palaces, and wide avenues. The city had everything. He also told us that its citizens were highly intelligent, with a strong focus on arts, science, philosophy, and spirituality. They were also said to be very peaceful and harmonious people who lived in balance with each other and the environment. But one day, the Atlanteans became greedy and wanted to conquer the world. So the gods punished them by sinking the city into the ocean, turning it into a myth, or is it? Many researchers believe that Plato based his story on actual events, but for centuries, no one took them seriously until 2018. That's when a group of explorers discovered the first piece of evidence that Atlantis really existed. They were exploring the Atlantic Ocean near the Portuguese island of Madeira when they found the ruins of a city. It was unlike anything they had seen before. There were huge stone blocks that looked like they had been cut with lasers. There were also strange symbols and markings that seemed to be from another time. The team was shocked. Could this be the Lost City of Atlantis? They sent samples of the ruins to a lab for testing. The results came back and confirmed what they had suspected. The ruins were thousands of years old. Not only that, but the stone blocks didn't seem to be from this planet. The markings and symbols were also found in other places around the world. It seemed like the Atlanteans had traveled all over the globe, spreading their knowledge and culture wherever they went. But then, why did the gods punish them? As the team continued to explore the ruins, they found more evidence of a highly advanced civilization. There were signs of sophisticated engineering, advanced agriculture, and even evidence of contact with extraterrestrials. All of this pointed to a civilization that was much more advanced than we give credit for. It seemed like the Atlanteans had everything, but somehow they still managed to provoke the gods. Maybe they didn't appreciate what they had, or maybe they got too greedy and wanted more. Whatever the reason, their punishment was swift and brutal. In a matter of seconds, the city was underwater and the Atlanteans were gone forever. At least that's what Plato said. But what do we really know about what happened to Atlantis? Well, there's one thing for sure. It's not in the Atlantic Ocean. Most people assume that because that's where Plato said it was, but there's no evidence to support that claim. In fact, there's evidence to suggest that it was somewhere else entirely. For example, there are ancient texts that mention a great flood that may have wiped out the Atlanteans. This flood didn't happen in the Atlantic Ocean. It happened in the Black Sea. This would make more sense, because the Black Sea is a landlocked body of water, meaning that the Atlanteans could have escaped if they had known about the flood. On the other hand, if the flood had happened in the Atlantic Ocean, then there wouldn't have been anywhere for them to go. They would have been completely surrounded by water and wouldn't have been able to escape. But there's more. Scientists recently discovered that the Black Sea was once home to a massive civilization. This civilization thrived for centuries, but then suddenly collapsed. It's possible that this was the end of the Atlanteans. But why would the gods punish them? Did they become greedy and want more power? Did they forget about the gods and turn away from them? Or were they simply wiped out by a natural disaster? We may never know the true story of the Atlanteans, but one thing is for sure: they left behind some incredible artifacts, and now all countries are after them. One of the most valuable artifacts is said to be the Staff of Hermes. It's said to be a powerful tool that can control the weather, heal the sick, and even bring the dead back to life. Of course, those are just legends, but the staff itself is very real, and it's currently being held by the British Museum. Another artifact that all countries are after is the Atlantean crystal. It's said to be a crystal pyramid that contains the souls of the Atlanteans. Some believe that it can unlock the secrets of the universe, while others say it can grant immortality. Regardless of its power, it's safe to say that it's one of the most valuable artifacts ever found. And finally, there's the Ark of the Covenant. It's said to contain the Ten Commandments and other ancient texts. Many believe that it's the key to unlocking the mysteries of Atlantis, but it's also incredibly dangerous. Anyone who touches it is said to be zapped with 100 volts of electricity. Despite the danger, many people still want to get their hands on it because they believe it holds the key to understanding Atlantis better. These are just a few of the artifacts that all countries are after. Each one is more valuable than the last, and each one could potentially reveal more secrets about Atlantis. But there's one problem. These artifacts aren't just sitting around waiting to be found. They're being hidden by the government. That's right. The government knows that these artifacts exist, but they're doing everything they can to keep them out of our hands. Why, you might ask? Well, they say it's to protect us from the artifact's power, but we all know that's not true. The government doesn't want us to find these artifacts because they want to keep them for themselves. They believe that they can use the artifacts to gain power and control over us. Take the Staff of Hermes, for example. Imagine if they used it to control the weather. They could cause droughts and floods whenever they wanted. They could also use it to heal people, but only the people they want to heal. And what about the Atlantean crystal? Imagine if they used it to unlock the secrets of the universe. They could have unimaginable power over us. The same goes for the Ark of the Covenant. With the Ten Commandments and other ancient texts, they could easily control our minds. That's why the government is doing everything they can to keep these artifacts hidden. They don't want us to know that they have them, but there's one problem: they can't keep these artifacts forever. Eventually, they'll have to reveal themselves, and when they do, they'll have to answer for what they've done. But what can we do to make sure that they never use these artifacts against us? Well, first, we need to find them. We need to know what the government is hiding from us. We also need to be prepared. We need to be ready for when the government reveals itself. Finally, we need to unite. We can't let the government take advantage of us. We need to stand together and fight for our freedom. If you're ready to learn more about the artifacts and how you can help uncover the truth, then click the link below. You'll find exclusive content that will teach you everything you need to know. Don't wait. The government is after these artifacts, and they won't stop until they have them. When you click the link below, you'll see that these artifacts are more valuable than you can imagine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. I always appreciate hearing your thoughts. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.